Memory, that elusive tapestry of our past, is often seen as reliable. But what if your memories, the foundation of your identity, are riddled with falsehoods? Our brains can conjure vivid experiences, complete with emotions and sensory details, events that never transpired. How much of what you hold dear are elaborate fabrications? The human body, a marvel of biological engineering, possesses an astonishing capacity for self-healing. But this intricate system can be undermined by the mind. The Nocebo Effect reveals the unsettling power of negative thought. When we believe we are susceptible to illness, our minds can manifest those symptoms. Imagine the sheer power of belief, not to heal, but to inflict harm. A simple sugar pill, perceived as a deadly toxin, can trigger genuine suffering. The mind can be its own worst enemy. Free will, that cherished notion of self-determination, forms the bedrock of our moral and legal systems. Studies suggest our unconscious minds make decisions before we become aware. Are we truly the authors of our actions, or merely passengers along for the ride? The rhythm of daily life, a comforting cycle of familiar routines, can lull us into complacency. But this predictability masks a disturbing truth. We may be more automated than we care to admit. Behavioral scripts dictate much of our daily lives. From waking up to bedtime, our actions often unfold like a pre-programmed machine. Consider your morning routine. Are these conscious choices, or are you following a well-worn neural pathway? Friendship, that sacred bond of mutual support and affection, is often seen as a beacon of light. But beneath this camaraderie, a darker impulse can lurk, the pleasure we derive from others' misfortunes. The pratfall effect reveals a paradox. We admire competence and grace, yet when they stumble, our admiration can turn. Imagine a competent colleague making a blunder. Do you offer sympathy or feel secret satisfaction? This stems from our need to feel superior. Individuality sets us apart, a quality we hold dear. Yet, deep within us lies a powerful urge to conform. The Ash experiments revealed the power of social pressure. Participants often gave wrong answers to align with the majority. Imagine yourself in that room. You see the lines clearly, yet everyone else differs. The pressure mounts. Doubt creeps in. Do you trust your perception or succumb to the crowd? Knowledge, the accumulation of facts and experiences, is often seen as a path to wisdom. But what if the pursuit of knowledge can lead to a peculiar form of blindness? The Dunning-Kruger effect reveals a paradoxical truth. The less competent we are, the more likely we are to overestimate our abilities. Imagine a novice chess player, brimming with misplaced confidence, challenging a grandmaster. Their lack of experience fuels a delusion of grandeur. This cognitive blind spot can have profound consequences in all aspects of life. The less we know, the more we think we know. Our minds, those inner sanctums of thought and emotion, are often perceived as private spaces. But even the most well-guarded mind can be infiltrated by uninvited guests, intrusive thoughts. Imagine driving when a sudden thought flashes. What if I were to swerve into oncoming traffic? These intrusive thoughts are surprisingly common. Our senses relay information from the outside world, forming the bedrock of our perception of reality. But what happens when these inputs become distorted? Auditory hallucinations reveal the fragility of our perception. Have you ever heard your name called, only to find no one there? This shows the brain's capacity to conjure sensory experiences without external stimuli. Hope, that flickering flame, sustains us through adversity. But what happens when this vital spark is extinguished? Learned helplessness reveals the dark side of survival instincts. Repeated exposure to uncontrollable stress can lead to helplessness. Imagine a lab animal repeatedly shocked with no escape. Initially, it searches for a way out, but eventually gives up. This learned helplessness can devastate our daily lives. The human mind is a dark and twisted place, a labyrinth of hidden chambers and shadowy corridors where our deepest fears and desires reside. These disturbing psychology facts remind us that the mind is capable of great darkness. These forces shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors every day. So the next time you lie awake, remember this: you are not alone. The darkness is a part of us all. Sleep well, if you can. Good night.